You're navigating the whirlwind of business and marketing, right? Trying to stay informed without getting completely buried under an avalanche of data.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, consider this your shortcut. Today, we're diving deep into something really transformative: real-time market research.
Exactly. We've distilled the core insights from a really compelling article by Cognitive Market Research published just this past December. Forget those rearview mirror reports.
Right.
We're talking about tapping into a continuous flow of immediate understanding, like right now.
Okay. So our goal today is pretty straightforward: to give you a solid understanding of real-time market research. We'll look at what it is, how it's reshaping the game,
Hmm.
the powerful tech behind it, how brands are actually using it, the real advantages, what the future might hold,
Right.
how companies can integrate it for, lasting success, and also the key challenges to watch out for.
Sounds good.
So let's get straight into it. What fundamentally is real-time market research?
Okay. So at its core, it's the process of gathering, analyzing, and then acting on consumer data with, well, virtually no delay as it's happening.
Hmm.
And this is a massive shift from traditional methods people know, those periodic surveys that take weeks to process.
Yeah, the ones that feel outdated by the time you get them.
Exactly. Or the focus groups giving just a small snapshot and reports looking at data that's already history.
So instead of those occasional checkups, it's more like a constant stream, almost a live feed of information flowing in from social media, online platforms, the apps we use, that kind of thing.
Precisely. You've got it. And the primary advantage, the real engine of change here,
Mm.
is speed. The article really hits the nail on the head. Timing is everything.
Right.
In today's markets, things change so fast. Being able to access and interpret data quickly means you could respond to market shifts and, evolving consumer needs almost instantly.
Okay, speed is crucial then. So how does this immediacy actually revolutionize how businesses make decisions? The article mentions product development, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Think about it. You can get continuous feedback on a new product idea while it's still being developed.
Oh, wow. Not after the launch.
Exactly. Not after you've spent a fortune. Real-time data lets you test initial reactions, see what clicks with potential users, and make vital adjustments on the fly.
Mm.
And the article gives a great example. Say you identify a feature that isn't landing well early on. You can pivot, change it, and save huge amounts of time and resources.
That is a game changer. No more investing heavily based on assumptions, only to find out later it missed the mark.
Right.
What about marketing campaigns? That seems like another area just waiting for this kind of instant insight.
Oh, absolutely. Think about your current marketing.
Mm.
With real-time tracking, you can see exactly how campaigns are performing, like right now.
Okay.
Which messages are grabbing attention, which channels are driving the most engagement. It's not about waiting weeks for a report.
No.
It's about having the agility to tweak your approach in real time, making sure you're hitting the right audience with the best message at the, optimal moment.
So what's the engine driving all this? What are the key technologies making it happen?
Well, there are several key pieces. Mobile tech is a big one, enabling data collection through quick surveys, in-app feedback, even location services.
Right.
Then you have social media platforms, an absolute treasure trove, really, for real-time insights on sentiment, what people prefer, what they're doing, what they're talking about right now.
And with all that data pouring in, I mean, that must be just overwhelming amounts of information. That's where AI comes in, I assume.
Exactly right. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are, well, they're indispensable for actually managing and making sense of these huge data sets in real time.
Okay.
AI algorithms can sift through it all, spot subtle patterns, emerging trends maybe a human analyst would miss, segment audiences much more precisely, personalize experiences, and even start predicting future behaviors pretty accurately.
Okay, so we've got the what and the how. Let's dive into the where. How are businesses actually using real-time market research day to day? Digital marketing seems like a key example from the article.
Yeah, that's a perfect illustration.
Yeah.
So imagine a brand actively monitoring its social media, its website interactions.
Right.
If a specific post suddenly takes off, gets loads of positive buzz, they can immediately amplify that, create follow-up content, really ride that wave.
Capitalize on the moment.
Exactly. And conversely, if a campaign is underperforming,
Hmm.
real-time data can pinpoint why. Is it the message, the audience? And they can make quick adjustments.
It's like having an instant pulse check on the market, knowing immediately what's working and what's falling flat.
That's a good way to put it.
What about e-commerce? How does it play out in online shopping?
In e-commerce, it's huge. Real-time data tracks your browsing, your purchase history, even what products you linger on.
Okay.
This immediate understanding of behavior allows for those super personalized recommendations. Customers who view this also bought that.
Ah, yeah. We all see those.
Right. By understanding those instant actions, companies can offer more relevant stuff, which improves customer satisfaction and, well, ultimately drives more sales.
So it definitely sounds like there are some really compelling upsides here. The article mentions speed, obviously, but what other key benefits really stand out?
Yeah. Beyond speed, which is critical, the enhanced customer centricity is a really major win.
Oh, so.
By continuously listening and understanding consumer feedback as it happens, brands can genuinely tailor their products, services, marketing, everything, to precisely meet those needs and preferences as they change.
Right.
And that direct responsiveness, well, it naturally leads to happier customers, stronger loyalty.
And it's not just about keeping customers happy, is it? There's a big risk management angle, too.
Absolutely. Spot on. By closely monitoring market trends and consumer responses in real time, companies can spot potential problems early.
Like what kind of problems?
Well, maybe a defect in a product that people start mentioning online, or a PR issue bubbling up, or even just a subtle shift in what consumers prefer.
Ah.
Having that immediate insight lets them tackle these things proactively before they blow up into major headaches.
So, with all this power and potential, what's the future look like? Is this just going to get more and more sophisticated?
That's definitely the direction of travel, yeah. As AI, machine learning, big data analytics keep getting better,
Hmm.
we'll see brands not just collecting data faster, but getting far deeper, more nuanced insights into why consumers behave the way they do.
Deeper understanding.
Exactly. And the article also stresses the growing potential of predictive analytics.
Ah, predicting the future.
Well, sort of. The ability to forecast future trends and make proactive decisions based on real-time data. Imagine anticipating market shifts before they actually happen.
Predictive analytics. Yeah, that does sound like the next level.
It's rapidly becoming a reality. And another big trend is integrating this real-time research across different parts of the business.
Like how?
Picture customer service using live sentiment analysis to handle issues better right away. Or product teams making design tweaks based on instant user feedback. This kind of cross-functional approach makes the whole organization more agile.
Okay, so it's incredibly valuable. How can companies actually take this and weave it into their operations for long-term success, not just as a, short-term fix?
Yeah, the article really emphasizes needing a clear long-term strategy.
Hmm.
This isn't just about buying some new software.
Right.
It's about fundamentally embedding real-time research into the core business model. That means investing strategically in the right analytics platforms, AI tools, robust customer feedback systems.
Mm-hmm.
And it also means fostering what the article calls a culture of continuous learning, being willing to constantly adapt based on those incoming insights.
Now, with all this constant data collection, keeping consumer trust must be absolutely critical.
Oh, absolutely crucial. You can't overstate that.
Mm.
Companies have to prioritize transparency and ethical practices in how they collect and use this data.
Yeah.
People are rightly sensitive about privacy. So building and keeping trust through responsible data handling is just non-negotiable for long-term relationships and success.
Makes sense. Now, it can't all be easy, can it? What are some of the main challenges companies run into when trying to do this effectively? Data overload was mentioned.
That's a really big one. Yes. With this massive, constant flood of data,
Yeah.
it can be incredibly hard to sift through it all and actually find the meaningful, actionable insights. You need the right tools, the right people, skilled analysts.
There was.
Otherwise, companies can just get totally overwhelmed, drowning in data, struggling to make timely decisions. The article calls it data paralysis,
Yeah.
which is pretty accurate.
Data paralysis.
Yeah.
Right. So much info you can't move.
Exactly. Spending more time looking at charts than making actual moves.
So it's not just more data, it's getting the right signals from the noise. What other hurdles are there?
Well, ensuring data quality and accuracy is another key concern.
Yeah.
Because it's collected so fast. There's a risk it might not always reflect broader market trends or, the views of everyone in your target audience. You might get tons of feedback from a small, very vocal group.
But they might not be typical customers.
Precisely. They might not be representative. That's why the article stresses integrating these real-time insights with historical data, with a bigger picture understanding of the market,
Okay.
to make well-rounded decisions. Relying only on that immediate feedback loop can sometimes give you a skewed view.
That makes perfect sense. You need the context, the bigger picture, to really interpret those immediate signals correctly. Now, before we wrap up, there was a fast fact in the article that really jumped out at me.
Yes, statistic. It highlighted a 2022 report showing that 61%, over 60% of companies using real-time market research saw an increase in customer satisfaction and engagement.
That's a really powerful number. It clearly shows those tangible benefits we've been talking about, building stronger customer connections, driving growth.
It does indeed. It really underscores that this isn't just some abstract idea. It's delivering real, concrete results for businesses that embrace it properly.
So wrapping this up, it really seems like real-time market research offers this potent mix of speed, getting closer to your customers, and being able to spot and handle potential problems early.
Hmm.
But crucially, it's not just about vacuuming up more data, right? It's about having the right tools, the right skills, and importantly, the right ethical approach to act on that data smartly and responsibly.
Precisely. It really is a fundamental evolution in how brands need to listen to and interact with their markets going forward.
And that brings us to you, our listener, thinking about this. In this increasingly data-soaked, incredibly fast-moving business world, how will companies that don't fully embrace the power of these real-time insights manage to adapt and stay competitive in the years to come? It's definitely something worth mulling over.